because I'm about change your life content, not make you feel good and hype you up. If that's the case, I'm no different than the pastor on Wednesday and Sunday. And then you go live your regular life and nothing changed. I'm about change your life. Sometimes we have to recognize that we have to meet people where they are. So this is a follow-up to my video saying coaching is a scam, because a couple of you were just really triggered. Okay. And so usually I do like this intro to a video. I'm not doing all that. If you're watching this, you probably know who I am anyway. So I'm not even doing all that today but I did a video talking about, I named it coaching, manifestation coaching is a scam. And in the video, I went on to talk about, as a neurometaphysicist, the truth is I don't believe in manifestation the way you guys believe in manifestation. I talk about subconscious reprogramming. And I went on to have that conversation. And you guys keep sending me these long think pieces. And it's very interesting because let me just tell you, I'm not reading all that. It's equivalent. Think of me as a man. When you into it with a man, you send them a long text message. They might scan it, but they're not reading all that. They don't care. Think of me like that. I'm not reading all of that. Okay. So let me say I got a bad attitude, say that I'm arrogant, say that I'm a butthole. I will take that. I'm an Aquarius and I'm over 40. So I don't care. And I might be a butthole. And it's okay. But I'm a butthole that you can learn from, that has expertise, that can change your life. So you don't have to like me personally. You have to like me personally. Who cares? You don't know me. That being said, there was one particular thing I did want to respond to, just because I think you guys don't know. And so if any of you are entrepreneurs and you have this mentality, it's likely why I can bet money you're not financially successful in your business. And one person left a comment and she said, I'm surprised that you're saying that you don't believe in manifestation. This comes off as disingenuous when this is the direct audience that you are speaking with. And I understand that mentality if you are a lay person and you don't know anything about business. So I want to give you a couple of examples. This is done daily. SEO, it is literally done daily. If you go to NBC.com right now, or Fox or CNN, there are titles on things that don't actually belong. How many times have you read something and said, but this is not really what it's about? And it was no connection. At least my stuff have connection. This is normal. I went to school for journalism in 2000. That was my first degree, broadcast communications. We were taught this in 2000. Okay, it's 2024. So this is nothing new. It had been done long before I went, and it's going to continue to be done in different areas. Then it was print and TV journalism. Now it's still print, but it's through the digital era. Okay, those things have been done. You need to recognize that though I'm sharing with you guys for free, the reality is I can't reach you if you don't know what to look up to be reached, if you've never heard of it. So in business, you give people, write this down if you're an entrepreneur, because you need to know this. You sell people what they want while giving them what they need. Baby doll, it don't matter if I named it manifestation and you clicked on it. If you walked away and your life was changed, I gave you what you wanted and what you needed. You thought you wanted manifestation, but I gave you something that's going to change your life forever. You thought you was running after a Dusty who didn't want you, but I gave you something that was going to give you a king that you wanted. Right? So it doesn't matter that I named it manifestation. That doesn't matter, because what the reprogramming is to you is manifestation. You don't know any better. So if you don't know any better, someone has to show up and talk about it in layman's terms so that you can get it and then give you the correct terminology. Somebody told you was getting the secret and then told you it was manifestation. That ain't no damn secret. The universal laws have never been a secret. They were telling you about the law of attraction, but you notice they didn't name it the law of attraction. No one would name anything a universal law or something that people are not familiar with. So if I was naming videos about the quantum realm or about quantum physics, unless you're into quantum physics, you would have no idea. But my content isn't for people into quantum physics. It's for the everyday person who are living lives that they do not necessarily feel 1,000% complete and whole and happy with. Not for the person who already knows the content that I'm giving. It's not for them. So, sweetie, it would be very silly. It would be very silly of me to do that. That would make me not a smart businesswoman. Way before I went back to school for my PhD, I was doing business coaching. We were targeting marketing, lead gen. Actually, I'll give you the process. As a business coach, we would go through creating the offers. We would go through marketing, lead generation, sales strategy, and then client retention. That was like my 5-step process within my business. I would talk about that publicly. That was the forward-facing thing. And then if you get with any of my clients, what they will often tell you is, oh my God, I was shocked. Because once they got in the inside, they got that. But you know what else they got? Mindset, reprogramming, wealth consciousness, change your life. Those clients did not just have the strategy to go from 10,000 a month to over 100,000 a month. They then had the internal programming necessary to keep it. They didn't know they were paying for that. I didn't sell that to them. Was it disingenuous, if you want to call it that? Do you call your pastor disingenuous? If you want to call it that. So I guess I'm not confused because some people just don't get it. And some people, here's the other thing. Some of the names that I clicked on, like if your page is about manifesting, I get why my video that talked about why Dr. Stephanie Dunnigan Sinclair, absolutely will not sell manifestation coaching. If you sell manifestation coaching, of course your toe was stepped on. But I wasn't talking about you. Continue doing what you're doing. As long as it sells for you, who cares? I have been talking about scammers and fake coaching in the coaching space, regardless of what the industry was, from manifestation to business to whatever it was, for years. Don't forget, I've been here 16 years. I'm not a newbie. Y'all newbies. There is not a YouTube channel. 16 years ago, y'all didn't even know it. It wasn't no what is it? Manifestation coaching. I have been talking about this before this topic ever came up. I am an OG here. Sorry. So I'm not new to having the conversation of people selling coaching, selling teaching as coaching. It just bothers you because I said it here. And again, hit dogs holler. My grandma used to say that all the time. Y'all know I'm from Alabama originally. Sorry if you were hit. It's up to you. You could be hit and be like, well, damn, I didn't realize this. Let me see how I can change this to coaching. Instead of me teaching and calling it coaching, let me see how I can coach. Or you can say, maybe I'll quit calling it teaching and I can just create programs where I'm teaching people how to embody blah, 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 blah. Change your verbiage. Or don't change anything. Baby, it's between you and you. Take the meat and spit out the bones. I don't make a lot of these videos. If you follow me in business, some of you have followed me in business for years. So you know, y'all, when you get on my nerves, I'll make these videos that there's not preparation. You go get it off the dome. And this is when y'all say Stephanie have a bad attitude and she's arrogant and all of those. I don't have a bad attitude though. Arrogant, I'll take that. I have a right to be. And to be arrogant and full of oneself. And also, I feel that way about you too. I feel like you guys are amazing. I feel like you are full of power and you don't know your power. I just happen to know mine and walk in it. And I don't say anything that I don't know. That's the power of expertise. And in general, I tell my son this, he will argue a point that he is unsure about. I don't argue points I'm unsure about. I tend to just say, oh. So if I open my mouth to talk, I know what I'm talking about for me. Sorry it hurt your feelings. It wasn't meant to hurt your feelings. It was to talk about Stephanie. It was to talk about Stephanie, how Stephanie feels about manifestation. And you need to know that though I'm going to continue to name my videos manifestation, because that is what the layperson is looking for. That is what the person outside of physics tend to be looking for, is manifestation. I'm going to make sure I'm giving you much deeper than that, because I'm about change your life content, not make you feel good and hype you up. If that's the case, I'm no different than the pastor on Wednesday and Sunday. And then you go live your regular life and nothing changed. I'm about change your life. So you don't have to like it. You don't even have to respect it, because I don't know you. But for those who got it, they got it. And if you're in business, you need to understand this. You need to sell people what they want while at the same time giving them what they need. Instead, y'all sell them what they want and you don't even know what they need. And so when you hear somebody over here who say, if people are looking for manifestation, they don't know to look for reprogramming. They don't know to look for quantum movement. They don't even know to search that. You would be a dummy. You would literally be one, like, so not smart and broke. So you think I built a multi-7-figure business, and let me think, my first year 7 figures was 11, and you think I made it to 24? And then have built a multi-6-figure business by naming stuff where people don't know what it is. The only time that works is if you have created a name for yourself. Hence the reason when I got ready to first start the tea company, I didn't have to put the word tea in it, because I had created a brand already. I was already all over Mademoiselle, and back when it was a Huffington Post and a New York Times, I already had made a name for myself. So I knew I would have a built-in audience there. I also knew that I had the money to invest $10,000 a month into PR to put my name out there even more. So if you are in business and you are silly enough to name something nobody will ever know, you will be the world's best kept secret. So you may think it's disingenuous. I call it good business. If you don't agree, you don't think I have great content. If you really thought I had great content, because it went on to say, I love your content, but do you really? Because if you really love the content, you would say, wow, that was cool. She named it a manifestation and it got me here. And this was exactly what I needed. This changed my life. Or I never thought about it in this viewpoint. But you want to be so hurt. Your feelings want to be so hurt because I said, I choose not to do manifestation coaching. And I don't think it's needed. Now, you don't think it's needed. You don't have to agree with me. I said, I don't, because I don't actually believe in manifestation in the way you guys do. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. So you can stop the think pieces, though I doubt if they stop, because people are so triggered. Half of you wrote those comments without actually finishing the video. And sometimes y'all listen to respond. The truth is you were triggered by the thumbnail, most of you who commented. Some of you found me on other platforms to message me. You were triggered by the thumbnail. So you came in with this preconceived notion, which is good. Like, that's fine. It served its purpose. You clicked. You clicked. Fine. But we should work to listen, to understand, instead of listening to respond. Now, if you had listened to, I've said many times, and I think towards the end, I said, this is how Dr. Stephanie feels. And this is why Dr. Stephanie will never offer manifestation coaching. You may feel different, especially if your career, if this is how you pay your bills. This ain't how I pay my bills. Even the little courses I'm selling y'all, they under $200. $200? My Pilates $298 a month. They under $200. I'm not saying it's not any money, and I'm really grateful you guys decide to sow into good ground, because you go get way more than that in return. But I don't live off this at all. As a matter of fact, I'm using this newest course that I did, Instant Manifestation, to give someone a scholarship into our summer camp that we're going to do, a women's summer camp. I don't live off this. I already have businesses going. So yeah, I see why you're triggered. I see why you're bothered. And just know I'm reading those long comments like y'all approach these videos. Barely listening. I'ma scan it, especially when y'all don't put punctuation marks. That annoys me so bad. It's like read my son's text messages. I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna scan it, and it's like I'm not reading all that. I'm probably gonna pass it to my assistant. She's not gonna respond at all. We have to learn to do better. And if you run a bit, if you don't have a business, I get why you don't get it. Hopefully, my explanation explained it to you. And if you feel the need to unsubscribe because of anything I said here, I want you to do what your heart desires. I really do. You have to go where you feel called. I remember, I never forget, her name is Latanya. And it has been several years ago. I want to say it was like 2012. I've been polarizing and triggering all my life. You guys don't see a lot of that because I'm just making videos about, creation, and then I move on about my business, right? But on the business side, the business sector, I have been polarizing people for my entire career before it became a marketing strategy for people. And I will never forget, this was shortly after I bought my first house in Puerto Rico. I used to have a house in Luquillo, Puerto Rico. One of the first things that I manifested, I should do a video about that. And she said she really couldn't stand me. She was very open. She had already done a sales call with me before, decided she didn't want to sign up for my program. And maybe 6 months later, just got this house. I remember sitting in the house. She reached back out and she said, listen, I have to tell you, I don't really like you. And I found it funny. I kind of like that. Anybody who is likable to everybody, they are fake. They are not saying what needs to be said, because there's no way that you are solid in who you are in your belief system and everybody like you. It's just not gonna happen. So I found it funny, girl, you don't like me. And it was funny because she told me, girl, and I kind of laughed at it. And she said no. After the last sales call, I was like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with her. And she said she was so triggered and she was so upset that her husband said, anybody who triggers you this much about business and money, you might need to look at that. That might be the person you need to work with. She came into one of my programs. At the time, her business was doing nothing. By the end of the year, she was doing about 6 figures. So it was around 95, 98, something like that. And again, this is like 2011, 2012. It was early. And it was amazing to me that her husband, I love when men are self-aware like that, just knew when you're triggered, lean in. When you're triggered, lean in. So even if you feel triggered and you want to unsubscribe, do so. But I deeply believe that our minds are fertile. And with a fertile mind, I planted a seed. And you might not get it today, but you'll circle around in a few months. You'll circle around in a few years. My goal is to touch you. I don't care enough about having a lot of subscribers. I don't care enough about selling a lot of programs to not say what I know is true just to make you feel good and warm in the inside. I just don't care enough because that's not my job. My job is to tell you the truth. You got enough people lying to you. Yeah, president lie to you every day. You got enough people lying to you. You lie to yourself enough. You need people who are going to tell you the truth. Now I'm going to shut up because I have more recording to do for my program because I'm getting it out. And yeah, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna name this video so you can click on it. And I hope you get the point. Like it, like me, love me, don't like me, don't love me. I'm gonna keep it moving. But don't mess up your blessings because you're in your ego.